so happy, my hair so nappy, had an afro.
What's going on, guys? It's Arsenal versus Ipswich, a game we really need to win thanks to Chelsea dropping points to Fulham. And it's been a crazy week, man. Tottenham losing, Liverpool needing a set-piece corner. Did you guys see that when they copied us? Yeah, left all the players at the back and it actually worked for them. So, yeah, it's just know that Arteta Ball started that thing. And now everybody else is going to start copycatting because it's a copycat league. But on to today's game, really looking forward to it. It's 11 games unbeaten in the Emirates Stadium for Arsenal, 8 wins, 3 draws. Arsenal's done really well against promoted teams. It's 18 wins out of their last 19 against promoted teams. Also, shout out to David Raya, 22 clean sheets in 49 games. If he gets another one today, that ties David Seaman's record in the first 50 matchups. 2025 would be about trying to close the gap from second place to Liverpool and just every week just trying to pile on the pressure. We've got winnable games, and I know there's the Saka issue, but we'll look at the team sheet. The team sheet is Raya in goal, Timber at right back, Gabriel Saliba as our bookends, and we've got Lewis Skelly at left back. In the midfield, it's Rice is going to be the holding 6, and then Odegaard and Havertz playing the number 8. On the right, it's Martinelli. On the left, it's Trossard. And up front, it's Jesus. And that's pretty much your best bet of what you can do now. I get that Thomas Partey is not in there. I get it, guys. I get it. But for me, you always got to think about where you can fit certain players in. And Havertz is a baller wherever he's playing. Whether he's playing at 8, whether he's playing at 9. If he plays at 8, he's a defensive monster. Best defender in the team along with Declan Rice. That makes the midfield solid. It also allows Odegaard to play more aggressive up front, knowing he has 2 guys behind him in Havertz and Declan Rice who will pick up the scraps. And then when you play Havertz at the 9, well, it speaks for itself. 21 games a season, 11 goals and 3 assists. So Arsenal top scorer Kai Havertz has proven that he can score 1 goal in every 2 games, which is the great rate for a striker in this league in terms of minutes per game. So I know some of you are not, he's, cup of tea. I know some of you don't prefer him, but he is by the numbers doing the business. And it's not just that. It's not just the goals. People tend to just judge strikers on their goals. It's the fact that he's a defensive monster. It's the fact that this guy's leading the team, tackles, recoveries behind Declan Rice, second there, top man in duels. He just gets himself about. So he's adding to the team regardless whether he's at the 9 or whether he's at the 8. He's adding to the team. He's not being a passive player. We're not carrying him, which I think is some of the agenda going on social media in regards to Kai Havertz. He's as important to this team as anyone in the first 11. So guys, I'm going to go with a 3-0 win today for Arsenal. Ipswich, a decent team. They haven't had a good record of late in the last 6 games. That heavy defeat to Newcastle 4-0 really battered them down. But Ipswich, good team, guys. Tractor boys know how to defend. They set up very well. We all saw them beat Tottenham 1-0. And it's not just the fact that they won. It's the fact that they can go and play a team like Tottenham and shut them out for 90 minutes. So they're very well organised. But today I just see Arsenal with something to prove, missing their talisman, Bukayo Saka. He's going to be out for 2 months. And they've got something to prove. Martinelli fitted in well against Crystal Palace. Trossard, we know, is a flip coin on the left-hand side. Sometimes he'll play a blinder, other times he goes missing. But I think it's for them now to come together, really rest on the shoulders of Gabriel Jesus. 59 games now where he scored. Arsenal are unbeaten. I think you just pushed yourself in a position where you have to now do this. You have to facilitate the fact that he's going to be your guy up front and just cheer him on and hope that he scores. Yes, I get that there's another way forward. They can play Wanyeri there to replace Saka, but I've always been against starting Wanyeri simply because of the lack of experience within the system. The fundamentals of the system in regards to understanding where he needs to be, how he's got to defend. It's fine if he's coming on as an impact player late in the game and change a result. It's very different to understanding the complexities of a system that he has to play in, and it's a very driven system, this Arteta ball. So listen, that's it guys, I'll speak to you at half time. Hopefully we'll get a couple of early goals then, and I'll catch up with you soon. Peace out. Hey guys, it's Arsenal 1, Ipswich 0. It's the start that we wanted. A lot going on in terms of Arsenal trying to discover some kind of form without Bukayo Saka. And it's been a mixed bag, and I think that they're trying to visualise what it looks like without Saka. And the playing patterns and everything is all new to them on that right side. And they've had mixed results. At times it's looked confusing and slow. The build-up play predictable. And at other times, when Martin Odegaard is linked up with Kai Havertz and pushed up towards Martinelli, it's looked quite fluid and dangerous, as we saw 2 or 3 times there. But they still are going to take a bit of time to get it figured out. This is new for them not to have Saka there. But the danger really came from the left-hand side. It was a lovely ball from Trossard, and Trossard's been decent today. Lovely ball from him, and Kai Havertz getting in on the 6-yard line with his right foot, putting Arsenal up 1-0. Jesus has been decent as well. Nice touches, but there is times that we're seeing some old habits where he's floating too far away from that anchor point, which doesn't put him as the point man. And really, that's where he's had his mettle. That's where he's done his best work as a striker, where he's stayed around in that area, so when the ball comes in, he can do his damage there. And that's happened a few times. He's picked up the ball on the back end. He's had a disallowed goal as well, where he's flooded the ball into Martinelli, and he's just Jesus inches offside. But that just goes to show the danger that he's posing on his newfound form for Arsenal Football Club. So, other thing I want to talk about, Lewis Skelly's having a solid game as well, but Havertz deserved the goal. He's really pulling his weight everywhere. We talked about him as a number 8, defensively one of the best in the team, and obviously now 12 goals in 22 starts for Kai Havertz, Arsenal's top scorer. So you really can't complain about what's happening with him right now. He's the utility man that we need. He's there for us, and regardless of who's injured, whether it's Odegaard or Saka, and he's handing performance up performance up performance, really helping Arsenal out. Declan Rice again, another solid man. He's the guy in the last few months that has really stepped up. He's the one that's raised the level, and so it's really good to see him wanting the ball, hungry to run in those positions, gain that space and take charge. That's what he's doing on the field. Unfortunately, where it doesn't look good for Arsenal, as I said, is because they're not visualising what it looks like before they receive the ball. And a lot of that has got to do with not having Thomas Partey there. You lose the fluidity, you lose the transition, and quite frankly, even towards the end of the half, players are just passing the ball, recycling it with no idea what they want to do, and at times it just looks like you're overplaying the ball. On the other end, Ipswich, no shots on target, no shots completely, and no touches in the box. It's been 86% possession for Arsenal and only 14% possession for Ipswich. They're really not in the game here, and it's just a matter of time before Arsenal go 2-0 up. Speak to you guys at full time. So guys, it's Arsenal 1, Ipswich 0, and I have to say it was a very unconvincing win. Second half they came out, there was some changes. We were switching and rotated Martinelli and Jesus from the right to striker, and that kind of really didn't work, and we just wasn't clicking. Odegaard decided to pick up the ball and just run through the midfield, carry the ball at his feet rather than passing patterns, and that was giving us some success. We had a bit of penetration there, but we didn't really start clicking until Moreno came on, and you can see what was happening. Havertz was on a yellow card. They counter-attacked a few times, and Havertz had to pull out of 2 tackles. You can't afford to have that, so he decided to take off Jesus, put Havertz up front where he wasn't playing those catch-up recoveries, and that seemed to work. So it was one of those things where the manager had to do what he could with the limited amount of players he had at his disposal. But as I said, it wasn't convincing at all. But that's not really the performance we were here for. We're here for the result. And Arsenal have taken it over the line, winning 1-0. The patterns of play. And look, there's reasons for that, guys. You have Thomas Partey, who wasn't playing today, came on with about 10 minutes left. And I thought, as I said, Marino can improve the team in that respect. So there are some solutions. But Martinelli, I thought he had a decent first half. Second half, I thought he phased himself out the game. I thought the game just was a little bit too technical for him. And then he just completely disappeared from the game in the second half. But I think that that's where things started to improve a little bit because of what they were doing with Kai Havertz. Trossard, again, a good game, decent game from Trossard today. I think my man of the match is going to be Declan Rice, putting a total performance, a complete performance from him today. But these are just a little bit worrying signs here because towards the end of the game, Arsenal was sort of hanging on, just running out of ideas. And all it is, guys, is the penetrative passes. The penetrative passes just wasn't there today. So the ball is constantly being recycled with possession over and over again. And it's not great. It's not pretty to watch. And we're going to have to figure that out. And as I said, I do think it improves with Thomas Partey because you know how to get the ball forward. You know how to play through the lines. But so does Moreno, and that was missing today. So let's see if we can improve the next game. It's good news because we won. We're second now, and the chase is on. But unless you figure something out at the front end, there's not going to be much of a chase because today we really look lethargic going forward, and we're going to have to sort of figure out a way to deal with our talisman, Bukayo Saka. Speak to you later, guys. Peace out.
We made it this far, so I can't complain. Let's take a trip down